Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. Welcome to your on channel AC Astro. Lots of day. I think about 1.5 month, and all people are feeling very, very low because Mars is separated. But now from 7 December, will all ascendants get relief or not? Let's welcome Akashji from Calgary, Canada. Namaskar, Ram Ram Akashji.
Namaskar, Rohitji, Ram Ram. Yes, Mars is debilitated. On top of that, it is getting retrograde. Now, many people would say that, oh, it is debilitated. Now it is getting retrograde. It is a bad news, but no, it is good news. Mars is going to be extremely becoming very benefic for you because whenever a planet like Mars becomes retrograde, it suddenly starts giving you benefic results. And Mars is not a very small planet, Rohitji. Here it has three aspects. The fourth from its placement, the seventh and the eighth aspect. So it is a very big deal for Mars getting into, retrograde as well as, debilitated also. When we start with Aries ascendant people, Mars is getting retrograde on 7th of December and in debilitation. Now, this is where absolutely the fourth house is where Mars is getting debilitated for you and retrograde also for you. Mars actually rules the first house and the eighth house. That means it is a owner of the ascendant. And here, one very beautiful thing that is happening is that any problem that was going on in your home area, house area, related to either real estate, related to the emotional happiness in the house, you will see a major difference right now. And your family ties, your emotional backup will be very, very much taken care during this time. Also, those who are worried about their past disputes related to land, property, or any kind of vehicles also will see that, now this is a problem solving time for them. Remember, this is a time that will bring deep emotional connection to home, leading to long term stability. Mars is going to be retrograde. Mars is going to be debilitated actually and retrograde for a very long period of time. So we have to be very careful during this time. How do we want to approach the next steps? Remember, Mars aspects, very important. The fourth aspect of Mars is on the seventh house here, which is related to relationships. Any problem related to relationships, especially in the spouse and husband relationship, husband wife relationship. On the other hand, business partnerships, if things were not moving forward in the right direction, here in the Mars retrograde period, it is going to be an amazing time and things will start moving in the right direction. Remember, if Mars is debilitated, that means it is putting an exalted aspect also. So that means the seventh aspect of Mars is on the 10th house, career wise facing little bit of issues, or eighth aspect on the 11th house. In your social circle, lot of ups and downs happening, lot of things you are trying to achieve, but because when you go to a very larger group setting, things are not working for you. Here things will start working in a very positive and very awesome way also. Mars is a planet of courage. Here, courage in relationships or taking stand in relationship is number one. Secondly, courage in your workplace will be seen with utmost of confidence. Your confidence will be up. Your courage will be very, very awesome. And same way, your gains, your goals, what you are being thinking about. How do I go get it? What plan do I make? This is the time that you'll be making a lot of plans as well. Great time for all the Aries ascendant people when Mars becomes retrograde in Cancer. All the best and take beautiful, beautiful. In Hindi we say maza lo ye time ka. So take like have a lot of fun during this time. All the best. Now, Aries ascendant people, you should subscribe, and there is a WhatsApp link in the description. So please, once done, please write below subscribe so that we can welcome you to the team. Taurus ascendant people, when we talk about Taurus ascendant, Mars is getting retrograde. Now look at Mars. Mars is the lord of the 12th house. That is the house related to spirituality, losses, expenses, long distance travel, foreign settlement. And Mars also rules the 7th house for you. This is the house that is related to specifically relationships. But Mars being Mars, it is the planet of courage, and right now it is in the third house, and third house is a house to show courage. In debilitated state, Mars is not in the right state to show courage, but when it becomes retrograde during this debilitated time, retrograde means vakri. That means a planet from the earth, it will start looking that it is going backwards towards the sign of Gemini. Exactly, this is the time that you will have to reevaluate your communication skills, especially your strategies will enhance your persuasive abilities. It is going to be very good time for communication to manipulate things and make sure that you bring back any lost honor in the past few weeks that has happened. In fact, if you see, this is a, Mars is a planet that is a significator of siblings also, brothers and sisters. Actually, sisters, we see Mercury is a significator of sisters, but yes, for brothers, for siblings, Mars is the planet. And here you may have a very, very cordial relationship, or if there is any misunderstanding that was going on between you, your brothers, your siblings, younger siblings, there can be possibility that lot of positivity comes, and there can be, you know it will be absolute a time where your communication will lead you to build a very stronger long term association now, and not only with brothers or siblings. It can be with your neighbors also, with the surrounding also your friends, very close friends who you treat as brother and sister. They also will help you during this time. So very, very awesome time. Third house is the house of courage, and here it will encourage creative self expression, especially when it comes to public speaking, showcasing yourself outside. Very, very great time for you. Now, this is not all. Mars is a very important planet because, like other two big planets, Jupiter and Saturn, Mars also has few other aspects. Mars is aspecting your sixth house of your daily work and routine as well as health, and that is the fourth aspect of Mars. Now, those who are thinking, or those who are struggling to get any kind of debt loan for buying a property, or maybe those who are facing lot of problems or lot of courage issues in your workplace, this is an absolute wonderful time to show up that courage in your workplace. There is a possibility that there can be also, if there is, by God's grace, if things are working in the right direction, you may also find a new job. That is because Mars is putting an exalted aspect on the ninth house of destiny. So your destiny will be at seventh sky. You will be getting lot of value, lot of wonderful results from the universe, because Mars is aspecting the ninth house, that is the seventh aspect. So getting gains from guru or wisdom or some kind of knowledge, higher knowledge, is also possible. Because Mars is also aspecting the 10th house with the eighth aspect, sudden ups and downs that was going on continuously from last 1.5 month in your workplace. Now this will come to a little bit of standstill. There is going to be possibility that suddenly you will see that some problems have disappeared from your life, and because of the eighth aspect here, sudden job promotions, sudden job gains, sudden what you say, sudden career enhancements can happen. Or suddenly there is also possibility that Taurus ascendant people might be, if you're going through Mars Mahadasha Antardasha, for example, or Moon Mahadasha Antardasha, there is a possibility that you may get into higher education right now. There is lot of possibility of getting into some kind of training, higher education, or joining new job so that you can get training in that place. So it's a very beautiful time for Taurus ascendant people. Make the most of this. There is a WhatsApp link in the description, and we are booking for the yearly appointment, so ask Samantha for that. And those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe so that you are a part of our family. And we are now 55,000 strong. It's a very big achievement for AC Astro in the year of 2020. What you say, in the year of 2024 and 2025, we want to make sure that we double this. All the best. For Gemini ascendant people, here when we talk about Gemini ascendant, Mars is the lord of the sixth house. That means it rules all the enemies as well as your service. The ability to do service is through Mars. Gemini ascendant people are not at all lazy people. They are very, very service oriented because their sixth house is ruled by Mars. They show courage in showing service to other people, as well as 11th house. Any gains that you want to see, anything that only comes through hard work for Gemini ascendant people. It is a very, you're always hands on, this work, that work, multiple area. And because Mercury is the lord of your ascendant, you are analytical kind of people. Here now, what is happening? Mars is getting retrograde in the second house. It is debilitated. Whenever in Mars, planet like Mars is debilitated and retrograde, this is the time that it becomes benefic for you, extremely benefic. Here it is going to be very good time to resolve any kind of family conflicts. Second house is the house of speech. Sometimes while dealing with family or something, you speak something rubbish or something very rude. This is the time that you may be able to bring things to table and solve it for sure. So you can take back your words. This is how it is. It is going back, right? Take back your words. Because second house is the house related to finances. Any, fixed assets, any savings that we do, our bank balance here, because it is an awesome time when Mars is debilitated and retrograde here. The lord of the sixth house in the lord of the 11th house in the second house. This is a possible time that your finances will improve like crazy. This is the time actually to reevaluate a little bit of your investments that you have done in the past. That okay, is this of any use? Sometimes How bank balance increases, sometimes we are doing some dead investments in some areas. We think, oh, what the hell is happening? I've been paying something from last 3 years and there is no return on it. Try to evaluate that things and make sure that you end few things and begin new things, begin new investments. Now remember, it is the this is a house of speech, and here's it supports working on speech and voice, especially for career growth. So those who are trying to be a voice or advocate for other person, like advocacy for some kind of cause, some kind of area of life that you want to stand up, you want to speak up against something, very very good time for, very good time, especially those who are into field of singing, or those who are voice actors, great time for them. Those who are communicating all the time, you will see a different kind of creative level, that you will see that you from the past 2 months you must be feeling something is missing. Why? Because now comes the aspects. Here, if you see, the Mars is aspect in the fourth aspect, 1 2 3 4, on the fifth house. Fifth house is the house of creativity and children. There could have been problem with children, some kind of sudden what we say, some kind of dissatisfaction from children, or maybe some kind of trouble from children. Now you will see that that all ends in your love life also, romance also. Mars is a very important planet because it shows the energy that you have between both the people. Here, that is also going to ease down, and your communication with them is also going to increase, and it's going to be very much better. Those who are absolutely fighting for inheritance, because of the seventh aspect of Mars going on your eighth house, those who are fighting for inheritance, those who are thinking that where the hell my property problem will solve, my family is not supporting this and that, this is an absolute important and good time to initiate such talks. Those who are thinking about gains from partnership also, awesome time for you, like wonderful time for you. Now, if you see, the eighth aspect of Mars is on the ninth house. That means your destiny might have not been supporting you from last few days, but here, as soon as it becomes retrograde, it is like good news, like a wave of fresh air that is coming, and that is only because of Mars putting the eighth aspect on the ninth house. Those sudden ups and downs in your higher learning, education, luck. You were thinking that this was supposed to be mine. How did I not get it? This is going to now improve, and especially in the luck area, you will start seeing a lot of improvement, lot of wonderful things is going to come to you. Ruchi, I have one of my person who has Gemini ascendant, because I just remembered, because they have Mars in the second house. What happened is that because of the family pressure and family issues, they had to leave home at a very very early age. Like when we're talking about separation in family, like from 16 years of age, they moved abroad and whatnot. Today, they have everything that they desire in life, big house, cars. They live in Texas, by the way, so he lives in Texas. Everything, big car, big house and whatnot. Now you know what is happening, and in generally in the birth chart, Mars is retrograde only. It is it is retrograde, and see the placement, it is debilitated. What happened over the period of time, as soon as they turn 28 years old, as soon as Mars becomes mature, they say when you're 20, he said that from 28 years old till 36 years old, till the time Saturn did not mature, but everything came into my life. um, House came, wife came, children came, luxury came, and now the family which actually disowned that person is now coming back and saying that please take us, we want to be with you. Because why? That person has money now. This is how the world is, and this is how planets react. Sometimes you may not get results according to your according to the prediction I'm saying. Either you're not going through dasha antardasha, or pratyanta dasha, or sukshma dasha, or prana dasha. There are 5 layers of dasha. Or either you're not going through, what you say, you're not mature, your Mars is not mature yet, you are just 24 years old, and Mars is not mature. 28 years old is when it will start complete maturity. So that's how you have to look at charts. Otherwise, beautiful time for all the Gemini ascendant people. Remember, we have started the yearly predictions, and those who want to book the appointment, the WhatsApp link is in the description. And there is another request that please subscribe, so that we can count you as our growth factor. Mars is getting retrograde for us also, so that means here this will go more power, more power. All the best. For Karka Lagna, that means Cancer ascendant. When we talk about Mars here, ruler of the fifth house in this chart and ruler of the 10th house, that means what is, I'll explain you what does it mean. The fifth house is the house that is related to creativity, as well as it is called a trikona. Trikonas are always number 1, number 5, and number 9 are very benefic places. That means Mars is a ruler of a trikona, and Mars is also ruler of a kendra, sitting in kendra right now. Mars making retrograde movement makes it into a Raja Yoga. That means this is the most awesome time that you can expect anything in this world. Very, very beautiful time for you. Especially the fifth house lord and the 10th house lord is called Yoga Karaka. Yoga Karaka means that is the most benefic planet in your birth chart. Now, just imagine for Cancer ascendant people and for Leo ascendant people, Mars has been designated as the most benefic. That means how important is Mars to luminaries? That means Sun and the Moon. And here in the house of Moon, it becomes debilitated just because Moon created a little bit of challenge, and it was creating a lot of havoc in the world. And then Mars, on the you know command of Lord Shiva, had to go and defeat Moon, and Moon cursed that no, whenever you come to Cancer, you will feel helpless because you did this to me, and that is why Mars becomes debilitated here. Now, if you see Mars is getting retrograde in the first house, especially this is the time that you have been very demotivated. There could also be possibility that health-wise you may not be doing very good. Last time I told about Cancer ascendant people and problem in the leg area, and everyone complained, yes, yes, yes. This is because my wife also was going through the same period. Now, here it will encourage you to self-care, emotional healing will happen. Lot of health problems will vanish from your life. You will say suddenly, how come this is beautiful things is possible? You know why? Because Mars is also aspecting the seventh house, which is the house related to Maraka house, house of diseases as well, house of major health problems. That's why now, because of retrograde motion, it will give little bit of ease here. Also, this is the period that there can be lot of things related to do with about your career goals, about revisiting your past projects, because it is the 10th house lord, and you in the career area, you must be thinking that everything at standstill. I know it is end of the year, but what is there for the next year, what is the excitement for the next year, you will see here. When we talk about your Mars, when it becomes retrograde, you will see that okay, these are the things that I really need to take care for the next year, so you will get a lot of clarity. Also, because first house is the house of your brain, and when courage and brain work hand in hand, if you are only have brain and don't have courage to take initiatives, there is no use of this brain. Here Mars in debilitated state did not give you that much power, because it does not have the creative expression that Mars wants to show in debilitation. But now at the moment, Mars will start showing that it will foster creativity and enhance problem solving abilities, because that is what is the role of Mars in the universe. It has to solve problems for the luminaries. Whenever there is any attack, any problem, whenever there is any initiative has to be taken, Mars plays a very important role. Now, understand that Mars only does not make this prediction. The aspects of Mars are also very important, and the aspects also will get affected. Now, the fourth aspect of Mars is going on the fourth house for you. This is related to property, related to vehicles, anything that you are thinking of sourcing, anything where you think vehicle or property, anything should come into my name, or there was a lot of trouble closing it, or shifting some kind of repair in your house, some kind of expenses that is going on crazily in your house, will now come to a standstill. There is going to be only positive outcomes of this kind of transit, because Mars is aspecting the seventh house. Rift, trouble, misunderstanding in relationships, especially a lot of dominance coming from the other side, because look at the exalted state of exalted aspect of Mars on the seventh house. The seventh house means your spouse, your business partner become more powerful than you. Here they may be putting dominating pressure on you, because you yourself, your Mars is debilitated. That's where you will see that now things are solving in a very, very good manner. And also any kind of monetary gains that you are waiting for from your career, from your luck, from your partnership, from your children, because Mars is aspecting the eighth house, you will get something very, very awesome. That means suddenly you will see some kind of windfall. Also, it's possibility that sudden travels also can happen, because the fourth aspect of Mars is again a debilitated aspect only on the fourth house. If fourth house gets disturbed in any way, that means foreign travel also happens. So during this time, there can be possibility foreign travels are happening, expenses can be there, but income also will be in absolute abundance. All the best, guys. There are yearly readings which we are doing. If you have booked, all the best. If you don't, then you can do WhatsApp link is in the description for appointments. There is very important, very awesome video with Rohit discussed, and we discussed about the Fortuna point. It is ready. We will be releasing it very soon, and that will change your life, because whatever Fortuna points I have seen, whenever even moon transits over the Fortuna point, Rohit, it takes up the destiny to another level. So all the best, guys. Have a great day, and do subscribe. Leo ascendant people. Now for Leo, Mars is again a Yoga Karaka. What does Yoga Karaka mean? Yoga Karaka means someone who rules the Kendra and the Trikona. What are Kendra or quadrant houses? 1, 4, 7 and 10 are the Kendra and the quadrant houses. And 1, 5 and 7 are Trikonas. Number 1 is the most auspicious. That is why we call it ascendant or the rising sign, because here is Kendra and Trikona both. That means this is the most ever auspicious house. There is no other better placement than first house. Then number 2 comes the fifth house, and number 3 comes the ninth house. This is how we see any birth chart. When we talk about Mars here, Mars rules the fourth house, that is home, and the ninth house of luck. What has happened? Your home area, all the positivity that was supposed to come in the home area or your luck suddenly went down. Because why? Mars is debilitated, and where it is debilitated in the 12th house of losses. So what does this mean? Losses, only expenses, no income, only expenses, no income, back to back expenses, no income, expenses related to home, yes, expenses related to travel, yes, outcome zero, nothing. That is what is happening. Finally, Mangal Devta, Mars is going to get retrograde here. This is a sigh of relief for all the Leo ascendant people, especially related to expenses. Now, because the ninth or the 12th house is the house that is related to spiritual exploration, subconscious mind, losses, long distance travel, isolation, anything to do with diseases, hidden enemies. Now, all these areas you will see that it will encourage a lot of spiritual growth and understanding of subconscious pattern, and also make you understand that it was very temporary. The things that were happening which you were completely thinking that, oh my god, what the hell is happening, is very very temporary, was very very temporary. No need to take too much load about it. That's what Mars is now saying, because it's a Yoga Karka planet anyway. It will try to give you good results only. People who have been thinking about foreign travel, people who have been thinking about settlement in foreign country, here you will find absolute wonderful blessings that you will settle down in a foreign country. Those who are waiting for visa, you know why I'm saying this? Because of the aspects also. You know, it may, this sky may lead to auspicious foreign connections or travel opportunities. And why? Understand this. This is how astrology works. Mars placement is not important. The importance of Mars is the aspects of Mars. Mars aspecting 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth aspect on the third house. What is third house? Short distance travel. What is 12th house? Long distance. So you can do long distance travel for a shorter period of time, or short distance travel for a longer period of time. So depending on what area, what aspect, what kind of opportunity you have in this lifetime, this is going to start opening up for you. Also look at Mars. It is not only Mars which is looking at the fourth house. There is seventh aspect of Mars coming on the sixth house of daily work and routine. That means during this time there can also be possibility that foreign travel, or there can be a lot of ease, or enemies will not be able to trouble you in your workplace. This kind of pattern you will see during this time, that lot of jealousy and lot of problems were happening, lot of demotivation was there, that I don't want to work and this, and now you in the workplace you will feel more power, that okay, yes, we need to do more and more and more. This is how it's supposed to be acting for you. And because this is also the 12th placement of Mars, is also about past baggages. It is about ending. So ending rivalry, ending misery, ending some kind of health issues, ending some kind of travel bans or travel problems, that I was not able to travel. Now that will end. Ending curses in what you say, your destiny. Everything is going to come here. This is the time to let go of past baggages, opening doors to new beginnings. Try to understand your enemies were there, they did their role. You were supposed to suffer. Now it is the time for you to explore a little bit different from the outside domain outside. Mars is also aspecting the eighth aspect on the seventh house. This is one of the most awesome aspects, because here what happens is that Mars aspecting the seventh house from the 12th house means that from foreign countries partnerships can happen. In fact, in partnerships there can be some kind of what you say, the monetary benefit also that you can see. And any property that you want to buy in partnership, or any vehicle or any business that you want to start, it's an auspicious time for that period also. Absolutely, blessings are coming for Leo ascendant. This is one of the most for Cancer ascendant and for Leo ascendant. This is a very beautiful time when Mars becomes retrogrades and vakri. We say it is the time that you will feel that lot of burden has gone off from your head, and you are feeling much better, happier, positive, and everything like that. All the best, guys. We are booking the yearly predictions and the general predictions. If you want to go for that, WhatsApp link is in the description for personal appointments. So see you on the other side, and do subscribe so that these kind of videos you don't miss, and you know that where are the obstacles and when are the opportunities. Grab the opportunities and be careful from obstacles. That's what AC Astro is all about. Virgo ascendant people, here Mangal Devta, Mars is getting retrograde in Cancer in the 11th house for you. Now, Mars, here, if you see, the powerful Mars rules the third house of your courage. And why not? Mars is so positive here. It rules the courage for you, and it rules the eighth house of transformation, sitting in the 11th house here. Third house is also the house of communication, eighth house is also the house of accidents and misfortunes, also. So, it's not like Mars is a very simple planet here, but the placement of Mars is very awesome, very very awesome. If you see, it is ninth from the third house and fourth from the, what you say, from the eighth house. This means that it will bring you lot of luck and lot of, some kind of inner peace and happiness during this time. What does this mean? Virgo ascendant people, you must have seen that in the past few weeks, or in a month or so, 1.5 months, you must have seen that a lot of rift or a lot of problems must be happening in your social circle. That you may not be getting any help from any colleague or any friend or any mentor or any boss or any, anyone who is maybe, sometimes what happens is that I am going to another company, don't worry, I will help you as soon as I go. You must have not got such help. Either you must be facing a lot of problems in achieving your goals. Some people, because Mars represents the siblings also, some people may be having problem from their elder siblings also. So these are the patterns which Mars is going to follow when it is in debilitation. Now here, it is a very beautiful time because it helps you reconnect with old friends or social groups for mutual benefit. People will come to you with in their own and saying that, okay, listen, XYZ, I want to come and do help you, because then you will both can grow together. Very good time for partnerships, very good time for communication, or registering some kind of companies. Absolute good time to use your brain and go into big events. And this is the time that you have to be extrovert as well. You cannot sit home and expect, oh, someone is coming. No, this is the time you have to go out and try to understand what kind of things are around you, what is happening, what is the market demanding. You have to meet bigger group of people so that you can benefit during this time. Also, it is time to revise your long-term goals. You have to say that, okay, it did not work out this way. You have to find new ways to revise your long-term goals, because it will help you to achieve them in a very very short period of time if you revise it right now. Also, the ability to handle shared resources and investments will also become very very positive, because the eighth house lord is fourth from itself. In fact, two of your friends or your colleagues or whatnot can also combine together and buy some property or buy some fixed asset. I have a friend who used to be a very good friend of mine, Rohiji. We used to buy gold together. Used to say, give 50%, we'll buy 10 gram, 5 gram is yours, 5 gram is mine. So we should make, now it's not there. We've already sold everything and took the money. But yeah, such kind of new connections can happen. Mars is not only seen from the placement, Mars is seen from the aspects also. What is happening? The fourth aspect of Mars was in the second house. So a lot of family disturbance, a lot of disturbance in your wealth, a lot of disturbance in bank balance must be seen by you. And this is the time that you may again feel a lot of relief, lot of benefit. The combination of 11th and the second house is now going to be very fruitful for you. You're going to get wealth out of this placement. Mars aspecting the fifth house with the exalted aspect. Look at here, Mars is aspecting here also. Fifth house, creativity, money, speculative gains, love life, romance, proposals for marriage. There can be possibility of you getting married. There can be possibility of you getting new proposal. Those who are thinking about progeny, getting childbirth, this is an absolute beautiful time for you. When Mars is in retrograde motion, it is absolutely at ease, the exalted aspect. So you can plan such things. And those who are in stock share markets, and especially invested in the field of Mars that is related to EV, electric vehicles, anything to do with land, mining, something to do with agriculture, pharmaceutical, chemicals, liquor, tobacco, and whatnot, you will see a major rise in the area related to these. And those who deal in stock market, be very careful. Use some advice of an expert. I'm not an expert in stock market, but this time Mars is going to give you benefit. And also, because the eighth aspect of Mars is on the sixth house, so in the workplace also there could be sudden ups and downs. Suddenly people, all the friends started to turn to become your enemies. This is what you will see, that suddenly they have started realizing and also coming and apologizing about their behavior. In fact, it's with you also. If you were also very secretive and trying to harm other people, this is a time that you will also try to say that, okay, leave it aside and let's move with a positive motive and intention. Those who are struggling with court cases, those who are struggling with some kind of trouble related to, what we say, some kind of false cases, court cases, property cases, money laundering cases, all this kind of things, you will see a lot of ease here in the time when Mars is retrograde in Cancer. All the very best, Virgo ascendant people. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and we are booking the yearly reading. So if you want to book, you don't waste your time immediately. Otherwise, you will get appointment in February, and then I think 15th of February is the last day I'm taking any appointments for New Year. So book it so that it is booked, so you can just take it anywhere when it time comes. And subscribe. Okay. Libra ascendant people. Now, when we talk about Libra ascendant people, Mars plays a very important role in your chart. Like how Venus is Maraka for the people in Aries ascendant, for you Mars is Maraka. Mars is a planet that creates a lot of trouble. But also in the other sense, Mars is the planet that gives you wealth, family happiness, gives you partnerships, gives you marriage, and everything related to, Mars is very important here. At this moment, what has happened is that for Libra ascendant people, Mars has gone to the, what you say, the 10th house, and it was there from the past few weeks. And what we have been experiencing, that lot of no motivation in your work area. Suddenly your attitude has also become like lazy. And why? Because Mars was aspecting the fourth aspect on the first house, your ascendant. So you yourself must not be motivated during this time. Mars aspect on the fourth house must have been creating a lot of, family turbulence. A good time for property buying, but not was there could have been, or there still are a lot of obstacles here that you may be facing. And Mars aspecting the eighth aspect on the fifth house, trouble from children, little bit of anxious related to children or romantic life. In fact, in the area related to speculative gains also, there would have been sudden ups and downs that you might have gone through. And this is all because of the transit of Mars here. Especially if you're going through Mars Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratyantardasha, you may feel that, oh my God, this is absolutely resonating with me, because that is how Mars will work right now. Now, this is the time that will encourage rethinking career strategies for better recognition. This is the time that you will say that, enough of isolation in career. This is a time to show everyone that what kind of power I have. I have so much experience in the past, and now I want to use all that experience in the future, and with lot of courage and, strategy. This is what Mars is. Secondly, because Mars is also ruler of the seventh house, this will strengthen partnership, especially in professional settings. You will see that people are now coming closer to you. People want to partner with you because they will see a sudden spark in you, sudden power and positivity in you. Because Mars is the planet, and here seventh house is the house of partnership, and in fact Mars sitting in the 10th house and getting retrograde is another area where new leadership opportunities, new things, new roles may come to you. That means you may be open for new avenues for leadership by focusing on emotional intelligence, because Mars is sitting in the house of emotions and it is retrograde. That means Mars is also learning how to adapt to this environment. And here you will also adapt to this environment, and suddenly a rise in professional structure can be seen. Maybe a new job opportunity comes and you are supposed to nail it, you're supposed to get it during this time. What a beautiful time for all the Libra ascendant people. Because Mars is aspecting your ascendant, this is the time that you will see that my whole aura, my whole area related to what I was thinking that, I cannot do it, is completely changing. That's why people will trust in you and try to be a partner with you. Mars aspecting the fourth house, your home wise, absolutely wonderful time. The balance in the home and the work will be superb. And during this time, it is possibility for you to buy a vehicle, or because it is an exalted aspect on the fourth house, traveling somewhere abroad is also coming in your way. Because Mars putting an aspect on the fourth house is a krura drishti. Always remember, Mars is malefic by nature. It can be planet of courage, but courage is used in two places, either courage to do something good or something bad. So courage can be coming in many places. But here in the house area, there may be real estate transaction, or can be possibility that there may be some travel. And because it is the eighth aspect, sudden ups and downs in romantic relationships or problem with children and in speculative gains will now be taken care of. And in your share market, stock market, money wise also, you will see a absolute wonderful growth. Ma Lakshmi will be completely blessing you during this time. So all the best for all the Libra ascendant people. Now, as we are talking, there is a 2025 yearly reading that we are doing. For that, WhatsApp link is in the description for personal appointments as well. Anyone wants to do any career reading, any marriage reading, any kind of reading, so we can do and help you in your journey. All the best, and do subscribe so that you are a part of our 55,000 people and growing members, so that you feel inclusive. Okay, all the best, guys. For Scorpio ascendant people, for it, Mars rules the sixth house and the first house. That means here, if you see, Mars rules the self and Mars rules the enemies. And that means here, if you talk about Mars, is a service oriented planet. For its own sign, it said that, okay, I will take head on enemies and I will be of service to the world. And coming to the ninth house, what is the ninth house? Ninth house is the house that is related to your higher learning, education, guru, your religion, your intuition, any power that you have related to learnings, or the blessings of your guru is what is seen from the ninth house. Here, Mars is sitting. You must have been feeling that from last 1.5 months, you're not feeling lucky at all. Things might have been going in wrong direction. Sometimes communication could have been a little bit of extra over something that you don't have to speak. Foreign travel was supposed to happen, but in the end moment, things got cancelled. There is also possibility that you are trying to get something out of your partnerships, trying to get some communication done with your workplace, some kind of communication to come to you, but things are not working. But here, absolutely, 7th December onwards, you will see a complete 360-degree shift in that area of your life. It is going to be a time, and it is an important time, to foster a deep understanding of spiritual beliefs and philosophies. You have to not get away from philosophies. I have few people, Rohitji, who behave like this, that, oh, you know what, nothing is happening to me, God does not exist, everything is stupid. And then suddenly good things happen, they say, oh, God is there, God is very good, God is kind. So God has nothing to do with your good and bad. God is relaxing in Vaikuntha. He's chilling, saying, do whatever you want, I have given you free will. Only the planets and all, they're the one who can guide you to do right and wrong, or to good and bad. It is said, Baba Bule Shah, a very big poet, he says that if good thing happens because of you, or people say that, without the will of God, the leaves also cannot move. That is how powerful the energy of universe and God is. Then how come bad things happen? Rape happens, murder happens, problem happens. So is it done by God only? This is where comes the thin line between conscious and God. The day you will try to understand your true conscious, you are God. There is no other God outside, in temples, in mosque, in church. There is no one. Your conscious is your God. Try to understand your conscious, and this Mars in this ninth house is trying to give you this signal in retrograde motion, that I want to go deeper into understanding of my spiritual beliefs or philosophies. I want to make sure that somehow I find God within myself. This is the kind of message that Mars is going to give you. In fact, this is the ninth house of higher learning. It is very important time to revisit academic or educational pursuits. If you're doing MBA, you left it in between. No, continue, go back, try to do it. If you're doing any type of course or any type of certification, don't leave it. Come on, show your courage, show power, and get into it. Don't mess with yourself. It is going to be a very big problem otherwise. In fact, this is the time that you may feel that, education wise, there is a lot of urge, there is a lot of demand in the universe for you to do education. You want to learn something new, and you will be going there. That is very positive. Also, when we talk about, father figures, mentors, bosses, friends who are like bosses, or mentors who are like friends, you will get a lot of support from them. You will see that suddenly a very positive approach from them has been coming, and they are trying to get into some kind of, further discussions about some plans of yours. So that is also coming to your way. Now, when we look at Mars, it is not only the placement of Mars, it is the aspect of Mars also. Mars here is aspecting the 12th house, and 12th house is related to foreign travels. 9th house is related to long distance travels, trying to learn, understand few different kind of, landscapes, few different kind of places. Now here you will see that Mars is going to be absolute benefic. Those who are trying to go to a foreign country, or those who are trying to settle in a foreign country, those who are trying to, get your stuff together in a foreign country, open a company in foreign country, try to find a job in foreign country. This is the beautiful time that you will start seeing some progress. On the other hand, Mars aspecting the third house, this is an area where you will start seeing communication, your communication skills, and your travel becomes extensive. You will try to communicate too much very, very positively. But because it is the retrograded aspect of Mars on the third house, there can be possibility that sometimes you will also come back from your own communication. That means you may speak something, suddenly realize, no, not here. And then you will come back to try to manipulate it. So that is the kind of thing that is happening. And third placement, third aspect of Mars is on the fourth house. And fourth house is the house that is related to real estate. Anything to do with real estate, anything to do with vehicles, your home. This is the time that those who have been trying to figure out that how they want to get into real estate, how they want to get into home, how they want to get into vehicles, or buying a new vehicle, buying new property, buying new kind of things, is what you will see during this time. And things will work out for you in the most positive manner possible. So a beautiful time for all the Scorpio. Ascendant Lord, you must hear it and looks. It may sound stupid that Ascendant Lord is debilitated also and retrograde also. How can this be benefic? And you will see with the course of time. I've been so much experience in this, and every day doing this only day and night. So this you will see that how beautiful it is going to turn out for you. Now we are doing yearly readings. To book your yearly reading ASAP, either on acastro.ca, or you can go on 4034931188 WhatsApp us. There is also a request to subscribe so that we can always be together in this and make such videos so that you can be timely get to know about opportunities and obstacles. All the best. Sagittarius ascendant people. Now here Mangal Devta Mars is getting retrograde in Cancer. It is placed in Cancer, that means in Nicha. But here it makes a Viprit Rajyog as well. If you see Mars, Mars is the lord of the 12th house, getting into the 6th house, making Viprit Rajyog. And what does Mars rule for you? Mars rules 5th house of creativity, children, love life, stock market, share market, speculative gains for you. And 12th house of losses, spirituality, expenses, and whatnot. Placement of Mars here in debilitated state is very, very difficult for intimacy, intimate life. You must have seen from the past 1.5 month or 2 months, you must be feeling lot of no vigor power, no intimacy, lot of struggles. Accidents also might have happened, some kind of health problem, some kind of cuts, stitches, some kind of surgeries that could have happened. This is an absolute time of recovery. This is the 8th house. 8th house is very deep house. It is in the depth of the universe where 8th house is. Here you will see that lot of occult knowledge. You will start positive. It will be there is positive time for researching hidden knowledge or delving into occult knowledge. This is a time that you will go deeper. Like I think most of the Sagittarius ascendant people only will book readings now because they want to go and understand that where we are going wrong or what area we need to take utmost care of in the health area, in career area, in wealth area, in communication area, everything related to these times. If you're going through if you're going through Mars Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratyantardasha, Sukshma Dasha, Prana Dasha, 5 layer of Dasha, if anywhere Mars is there right now ruling you, either for a day, either for a week, either for a month, or either for 6 months, or either for the whole Mahadasha, then you will see that a major transformation is coming your way. And this transformation can be absolutely very wonderful. Like sometimes I have seen when Mars is in retrograde motion in this house, people suddenly turn from hardcore non-vegetarian to vegan person to vegetarian to suddenly some people who are very, very okay and very nice, suddenly they turn into drug addicts or drug addiction or alcoholism. So depending on the placement of a Mars in your chart and what the current situation is, this 8th house is a very important house to go and understand the transformative energy. Transformation can happen either good and bad. Energy does not have any way to look at it. Your conscious has a way to look at it. That's why I'm telling you, everyone, try to find your conscious and inner self, because if you find that, there is where God is. There is nowhere God outside. This is the time that will encourage transformation by letting go of emotional fears as well. This 8th house is the house of fear. It is the house of sin. You will see that you will stop doing any sin and start getting rid of all the emotional fears and be more practical, because everything that you will do right now is going to be research based. Also, one more important thing, it will help improve intimacy in close relationship. And that's what the main problem was. Suddenly if you're not intimate, you don't have that feeling to share yourself with other person, you will see that suddenly now things are becoming very much better and you will get a lot of support from your partner. When we look at Mars, we don't only look at the placement of Mars, we look at the aspects of Mars as well. Mars is aspecting on the 11th house. The fourth aspect of Mars is on the 11th house. 11th house is the house related to higher goals, bigger goals that you want to achieve. Anything that you want to do at a very larger scale in large group of people. Here you may have been feeling a lot of isolated in the past few weeks. Now you will start feeling that you are going to be an extrovert person. You will go out, you will get respect, you will give respect. Your goals will be completed with the help of other people as well. So a lot of inner peace is coming when you go into a larger group settings. Mars is aspecting the second house, and the second house is the house of accumulated wealth. Here accumulation of wealth will become more clear, your investments will become more clear, and which will help you to the utmost. And Mars is aspecting your third house, the eighth aspect. Sudden ups and downs that were happening in communication, sudden ups and downs that were happening due to due to with your siblings or with your friends or with your neighbors, or some kind of hatred in these areas, is suddenly going to get down. So basically both the areas of communication, the spoken and the written, the communication on a very larger scale, and also speaking somewhere, you for example, you're in work like teaching, you're in work like call centers, or you're in work like BPOs, or we talk about you're in work where speaking is what every day you have to do. Here you will see that a very positive change has come to your life, and you will see now only, like if you're seeing this video right now before this time, you will see that from now only things are becoming very much better. Things are going up and up and up and up and up. So great time for all the Sagittarius ascendant people. All the best. We are booking the yearly readings, so those who are interested can comment on the link below, and lot of positive, lot of positive wishes from my and AC Astro and Rohit Ji's side also, that may you do prosper during this time. Wonderful time for you. All the best, and do subscribe so that you prosper, we prosper, give and take. All the best. Mars retrograde in Cancer happens in the 7th house for Capricorn ascendant people. Now look at your Lagna Lord. It was into retrogression, so lot of problem related to health, lot of problem related to money, everything. You must have seen a lot of sudden ups and downs. But here Mars was debilitated in the 7th house for you. House of relationships, house of partnerships, business partnerships. Any partnership that we see is seen from the 7th house here. And what does Mars rule? The Mars rules the 4th house and the 11th house. That means Mars is a very semi-benefic kind of planet here. It is like second in command after Venus. Mars is the most benefic person here, because Mars loves discipline and Mars loves Saturn. The only problem is Saturn is a cold planet. Mars is a fiery planet, fierce planet. That's why they don't go together. Otherwise, the principles both love each other principle. There is no worry about principles. The only temperament issue is there between those two people. 7th house. This is where Mars is getting retrograde now, and in debilitation, in getting retrograde, is one of the most positive things that can happen to a planet. It will help you strengthen partnerships by addressing emotional needs. You will see that either your partner needs emotional support or you would need emotional support. You will see that there is going to be a lot of growth with your spouse here, with your business partner here, that you may say that, oh, this was all happening for a reason, and now I understand what is taking in course and how things are going to get better here. Again, if you want to start up, it is a very positive for forming new meaningful collaborations. Try to go into meaning, try to go into value addition. These are times that you, your spouse, you, your business partner can add value to whatever you're doing, and that will help you on a personal level as well as people around you on a very larger scale. Those who are thinking about, those who are thinking big contracts and big things that they want to do, or, your negotiation skills were at risk, your diplomacy was not working, things will start working in the most positive sense. We have to understand that Mars is sitting 4th from itself. This is a time to travel to your home country also. Look at here, 4th house Lord, 4th from itself. This is the time to travel. Lot of travel is seen. There is also Mars aspecting. Now Mars, the placement of Mars is okay, but aspects of Mars are bigger and more important here. The 4th aspect of Mars is on the 10th house. What is the 10th house of career? That means a very positive influence you will see in your career. Especially you will see that career wise you are rising now. There is going to be growth in career. Multiple sources of income will start for you. Mars aspecting your ascendant, your courage, your determination that you were not able to fulfill during this time. Now suddenly they will get up to into a rise. Very, very great time into rise. You will see beautiful things now. Also Mars aspecting the 2nd house, the 8th aspect. Suddenly there is going to be, I've told you, multiple source of income. Wealth wise, you will see that from family also some wealth is coming, from other business also, from spouse also. So many places you will see that, okay, some kind of indication of wealth is being seen in my chart. So here overall for Capricorn ascendant people, it is a very beautiful time. Remember, Mars is the 11th house, gains, partner, like lord of gains, lord of the fourth house. You have to be in during this time if you want to complete your goal. Partnership will help you. If you want to do have inner peace and happiness in your life, that means the fourth house lord is in the fourth from itself in the seventh house. This means that some kind of happiness is also coming. Also remember, fourth house is the first house, the first property you have. Fourth from the fourth, seventh house is the second property you have. Fourth from the seventh is the 10th house, third property, and fourth from the 10th is fourth property. So those who have multiple properties will see that Mars is making a completely impact here on their life. If they are in dasha, antardasha, pratyantar dasha, sukshma dasha, prana dasha, 5 layers of dasha, somewhere Mars will be coming in these times, and you will see that these will resonate with whatever I am saying. So all the best, guys. Have a great, wonderful time. We have started the yearly readings, done a lot of yearly readings. If you want to book your yearly reading, so the link is in the description for personal appointments, as well as if you want to take appointment. Otherwise, for your just chart matching or discussing about your career and whatnot, 4034931188 is the number. And one special rule is to subscribe. Please subscribe so that you are a part of our family, and then we can grow together very, very collectively. All the best. Aquarius ascendant people. Now, when we talk about Mars here, first let's see what Mars rules here. Mars rules the third house, that is the house of courage and effort. Mars rules the 10th house here, that is the house of career and occupation and status in the society. Now, look at this place. Look at this placement of Mars. Mars is placed right now in the sixth house, and Mars was debilitated here. And on top of debilitation, now it is turning retrograde. From an outer perspective, when we look at this, it is seen that, oh my God, now it was debilitated, now it is turning retrograde. But when you look closely and understand the nature of Mars, Mars is a malefic. Sitting in the sixth house, it's a dushtana. Mars becomes benefic here. Now, because you must have been seeing lot of conflicts must have happened in the last 1.5 month in your workplace. Lot of rivals, co-workers would have become rivals. Health would have not been given you a lot of happiness here. There could also be possibility that you may feel suddenly overwhelmed with lot of work or pressure or jealousy, or your boss also, those in authority also not giving you any importance. This is what you must have seen now. Suddenly there will be a complete 360 degree. It will, this time will completely from 7th of December encourage you to resolve past conflicts with co-workers, rivals, enemies, bosses, whatnot, mentors, whatnot. You will see that it will be a time that will support better organization in work routines for improved productivity. You will say that, okay, what the hell it is, I will do it. And your energy, your power, your, what you say, your, in simple way we say, your determination, your courage will become 10 times bigger than what it is right now. Health problems, lot of problems related to stomach, lot of problems related to UTIs, urine infections, blood related problems. Some people must have donated blood, some people must have got hurt and suddenly blood must have come out from your body. Such things, you will see that there is a complete 360 degree reversal. Suddenly you'll start feeling better. All the things that were happening, cuts, some kind of diseases, some kind of accidents, everything, you will see that, okay, finally everything is solved. Nothing like this is happening on a pattern anymore. This is the time that aids in overcoming health challenges through emotional resilience. You will say that, okay, I don't care, a small cut in my hand, I don't bother about it. So such kind of strength is going to come to you. Remember, Mars is the planet that rules efforts and career for you. Here it is a sixth house where your efforts in your career is going to be absolute wonderful, and you will go to gain. Your destiny is going to work for you, because at this moment, Mars is not only seen from the placement, it is seen from the aspects also. Look at the aspect of Mars. The fourth aspect of Mars was on the ninth house of higher learning, of guru, of destiny. What happened is, no, it was not working out for you, because the debilitated Mars putting aspect there did not make any difference. But now retrograde Mars is trying to take away all the what you say, accumulated blessings of this house. That's how you will see, especially if you are thinking of going to a foreign country. Why? Because ninth house is where the fourth aspect of Mars goes, and 12th house is where the seventh aspect of Mars goes. So here, away from home to a foreign country, either for studies, higher education, or either for work, for your workplace sending somewhere, you may suddenly find that, okay, your workplace is trying to sponsor you to go somewhere or telling you to go somewhere. So there is going to be a very improved chances of luck of going to foreign country. You may be feeling yourself dull and not motivated because of the eighth aspect of Mars on the Ascendant, you will see that a lot of research capabilities, abilities have come to you, and you are going to be like killing this time. Amazing time for you. One of the best times in the end of the year. This is a blessing that is coming. Mars getting retrograde. Otherwise, if Mars does not get retrograde, then emotional resilience does not come. You suddenly start only feeling frustrated, frustrated, frustrated. Now here you will start feeling motivated. That is what is currently happening. So 7 December 2024 onwards, awesome time for all the Aquarius ascendant people. We are doing the yearly readings. For that, you can comment below, or you can, there is a link, click on it, or WhatsApp, add us on WhatsApp 403-493-1188. There are also WhatsApp links below where people are discussing every day their charts, this, that, whatnot. There is a research group, so that also you can join. Facebook also you can join. So all the best, guys. Have a great time, and do subscribe. If you don't subscribe, my daughter watches one video. They say if you don't subscribe, the bed bug will bite you in the night. So she's like, Papa, I need to subscribe, otherwise bed bugs will come. So such kind of psychological games people are playing. But you subscribe so that you know about obstacles and opportunities, not bed bugs. Pisces ascendant people, if you see Mars retrograde in Cancer, is going to be one of the most beneficial, thing for you. Why? Remember, was retrograde. Mars was debilitated in the fifth house, and fifth house is the house of creativity, love, romance, speculative gains, anything to do with unconditional love, happiness. Also startups. You will see that you were not able to be motivated in any of these areas at all. Trouble from children. There can be trouble in love life. There can be trouble in speculative gains. Nothing big is coming. Why? The reason is Mars rules two houses here, especially for you, the second house of wealth and family, and the ninth house of luck. This is what is ruled by Mars. And you know what happened? Luck was not in your favor. On top of that, second house wealth was not in your favor. Suddenly you will see that a lot of expenses related to children might have come. Suddenly some expenses related to travel might have come, or for your romantic partner you're buying iPhone 16 Pro Max. Such kind of things must be happening. So you must be feeling that, okay, it's all going, incoming is not there, outgoing is happening. My share market, stock market is just stagnant. Like it was at $32, it is at $32.05. Nothing moving up. That kind of area where you may be demotivated. Now, because Mars gets retrograde into the fifth house, very beautiful time. It encourages reconnecting with creative talent, hobbies. Your creativity will be at another level. In fact, if you are thinking of starting some business or registering some company, an absolute wonderful time. There is no better time than this. Ninth house Lord sitting ninth from itself in retrograde motion and debilitated. This is Raj Yoga only. Just think about Raj Yoga about this. Mahalakshmi Stan is completely active right now. You are going to get massive gains if you do any effort in the area related to startups during this time. Also depends on the layer of your Mahadasha also. If you're going through Mars Mahadasha, Mars Antardasha, Mars Pratyantardasha, Mars Sukshmadasha, Mars Pranadasha, any of Mahadashas and Mars Antardasha or Sukshmadasha, any layer where Mars is there in your birth chart, this is the time to take action. Absolutely. Especially, if you want to rekindle your relationships with children or younger people, like, younger, not siblings, we can say, kids or their friends, or, the friend of your kids, there may be some kind of rift or distance between you. This is the time to go on and try to make a better, rapport relationship with them. Fifth house, a very important house of education. Here, debilitated Mars puts complete disinterest into education. Now, here, retrograde Mars will make sure that education-wise, your educational goal. So, you will now take education as just like a spiritual practice only. You will say that no, it is supposed to be done so that we can achieve better. So that kind of energy, that kind of motivation you will get. Mars is not only seen from the placement, Mars is also seen from the aspects of Mars. What are aspects of Mars? They create a very big impact on our life. The fourth aspect of Mars is going on the eighth house. And whenever fifth house and eighth house will have anything in common, or anything that is, joining two things, here you will get some big, major speculative gains, and some gains through property can come, some gains to stock market can come, even for people buying lottery and, investing into that, some kind of gains in that area also is coming for you. So a very pleasant time for Mars, absolute wonderful time for people who are Those who are also doing research work, some kind of breakthrough in their research will make them name and fame. Those who are into medical, biomedical research, there also some good things are coming. Those who are into archaeology, good things are coming. Those who are going into diving, those who are working in oceans, very good time for them. Those who are working with soil agriculture, very good time for them. Those who are in education business, those who are teachers, very good time for them. Those who are in IT, especially in electronic and mechanical engineering, very good time for them. Beautiful. Also, if you see, Mars is aspecting the 11th house. What is the 11th house? 11th house is the house of bigger goals, gains. Big, how will you achieve? This is the time that you'll be able to set up big goals and achieve also. And achieving that may help you, may your big social circle, your friends, your partners in the area may help you to achieve these goals. And because Mars is aspecting the 12th house of the 8th aspect on the 12th house, so there can be sudden travels to foreign country, also sudden expenses that can come for children, or sudden expenses that can come for your romantic side of the life, that means your partner, your love life. There can be also sudden expenses that come for father also, which is not bad because there is going to be source of income. So source of expenses is very, very, you know easy. When income is there, expenses is no problem. Otherwise, why are we here? The most important thing during this time is to make sure that you're completely devoted to your, creativity, completely devoted towards righteousness. Be dharma oriented person, try to do right things, and you will see positive outcome during this time. All the best, guys. There is a We are booking the yearly readings. There's a WhatsApp link in the description, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe so that we can see you on the other side. Say hello, welcome to AC Astro and your own channel. Thank you, Rohit ji, for your service and for your dedication and for your patience listening to me for 1 hour without moving. Thank you so much, Rohit.
Thank you very much, and very happy to listen about this all the positive things about Mars, because from since 20th October 2024, all people were feeling something lacking somewhere in different fields. So thanks for these beautiful predictions. We hope these positive things will happen in the chart of all ascendants, and they will feel relief. Thank you, Akashi. Thank you very much. We meet you in some next video. Till then, Jai Shri Ram.
Shri
Jai
Ram,
Hanuman.
Jai Hanuman,